What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb? Today, we're talking about one of my favorite things to do, and that's collecting video games. And as the collector, you know 3 things are the 3 commandments, basically. I mean, there's 10 commandments of video game collecting that we just make up randomly for videos, but the 3 that I'm making up for this video is 1, misprints will always be worth something. 2, if you can find something complete in box with everything that it came with, I'm talking postcards and everything, always buy it. And number 3, if you think something's gonna end up being worth something, most likely it's gonna be worth something. So pounce on that like the Black Panther or something. I don't know. I haven't seen Black Panther, so I don't know if that's a good analogy or not. But anyways, today we're talking about the Nintendo Switch and misprinting. So here are my physical Nintendo Switch collection. It's quite a bit, but I do own some of these digitally. For example, Crash Bandicoot almost never goes on sale for the physical version, but for digital it was like $18 like 2 or 3 months ago, and I got it. And that's how I got Crash Bandicoot on Switch. I have not bought it physically yet. I will eventually. I'm just waiting for, the generation to die down so that it'll be like a $10, $15 game, just so I don't, really lose money on buying it. But recently in gaming news, there has been a little game called Darksiders Warmastered released for the Nintendo Switch. Now this is already on, PlayStation 4, 3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Wii U, Microsoft PC. Insert any game console here. This has been on everything since this came out. But what makes this different from the other releases is this is a misprint. Why is this a misprint? If you aren't keen and you aren't like really, into collecting games, you probably won't notice it. So I grabbed another third-party Nintendo, well, it's not a Nintendo game, but it's a third-party game on Nintendo consoles, and that is Sonic Forces. With Sonic Forces, you do get some pretty, pretty average gameplay, average at best, to be honest, but I'm grabbing this because of the example that I'm giving. Do you see that front red mark? Every Nintendo game is supposed to have that. Same for the side. Every Nintendo game is supposed to have a red spine. It's not supposed to be like Warmastered. And when you look on the back, it's supposed to always be the same size. This is huge. It's not supposed to be that big. But what makes this even more unique with its misprint, some misprints has a complete black here, but the more rare misprints has the back art folding over into the black spine, and that is actually really interesting. This was $30 when I bought it this morning before the reprint was issued. Once the reprint is issued, when you buy this now for $30, you're getting a red spine, which isn't worth anything. But this right now is going for $100 or more. I had no idea what this game really was. I knew nothing about it, but I bought it just because of the black spine and the misprint, because I know this is gonna be worth something, and lo and behold, now it's worth $100. Less than 10 hours after I buy this for $30, it's now worth over $100, close to $100. And by the time you're watching this video, it's likely worth way more than $100. But that's not the only misprint that I own. What I'm about to show you may not show up as well on camera, so I will show pictures of it just in case. But anyways, this is Dead or Alive Xtreme 2 on the Xbox 360. It's one of the Xbox exclusives. But there was a problem with the American version and the version from Spain. The version from Spain and America had their versions swapped. For like the first, I want to say 15,000 releases of it, or 15,000 copies out there, you were getting it in Spanish in America, or you were getting it in English in Spain. And it's kind of odd because it's a mixture of the languages. This is a mixture of English and Spanish, so that's kind of odd. The first trait up there of the misprint is the part that says solo in Xbox 360. That should say only on Xbox 360 because this was the American version. But also going beyond that, this is scratched and broken. This is not the full solo and Xbox 360 logo that it's supposed to be. This is more scratched because of a full misprint on the inkjet printer. It's probably not an inkjet printer, but the printer that they used to make the box art, that was a mistake. Same for the back. There are many print mistakes. You can probably notice one right across that part, but this was all in Spanish again. And that's not that big of a deal, but it was pretty much in Spanish where it's not supposed to be in Spanish. It's supposed to be in English for the American release. And even going on beyond that, this has things spelt wrong on the back, even in Spanish. And so that's kind of like 3 misprints already. Now when you open up the inside, that's the receipt from when I got it forever ago. You get greeted with the disc, and that's actually what I paid for it when I got it. It was $10. It's probably not even worth that at this point anymore. But everything comes the way it's supposed to be. And this is the game booklet. The game booklet did not have that problem. The game booklet was printed fully in English. It was just the case itself in the back part that had the problem of being printed in Spanish. So this is not the first time I've bought a game just because of it being a misprint. Well, this I obviously didn't buy because it was a misprint. I didn't even realize that when I bought it. But misprints are something that I think every game collector should be going after. Misprints always end up being worth something in the long run. Misprints are something that is inevitable with physical games. I mean, as we march into a digital era, I'm not personally happy about that. I don't think we're ever going to go fully digital, to be completely honest with you. But, you know, as we march into that era, misprints will happen more and more because these game companies will not exactly be paying attention to it. Let me just put this where it would be, alphabetical order, real quick, and let me show you something. This is what it looks like. It sticks out like an ugly thumb, Darksiders does. I really don't understand how they managed to misprint a mass number of stuff. I was talking to the lady at Meyer about it when I bought this, and it really kind of seems like it was just a weird, you know, a weird kind of thing. And now that I'm looking at this, the reason I did that is because I'm looking at what is wrong with the game on the back for like its warning symbol, and its warning symbol says warning, cancer and reproductive harm. What does a video game gotta do with cancer and reproductive harm? That's one of the weirdest things. Does Sonic say that? No, Sonic doesn't say that. Does Lego Batman's or Super Mario? No, nothing else says that. But anyways, that's what I think about this and the misprints and the whole misprint collection thing. I felt so like, I don't know, I didn't feel silly because I don't want to say that because then I'd look like I'm copying Metal Jesus. But when I purchased this, I really, you know, I bought it just because of the misprint. Some collectors probably wouldn't want to buy something just because I'm a misprint, but I don't really care. I like being the unique collectors, and this is shooting up in price like crazy right now. So I definitely made the right decision. Have you ever bought a game in your collection just because it had something wrong with it, or because, you know, it's like not exactly what it's supposed to be? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoy these kind of videos that aren't necessarily related to anything, let me know in the comments down below as well. And with that being said, try not to die. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.